Boy, it just never stops, does it? Hi, everyone. It's the 30th of June, 2020. I'm Roy Potter. Welcome as you come in. I have to put this up because obviously some things are going on. Today in Provo, Utah, a group of Antifa BLM protesters are doing their typical tactic of trying to surround a vehicle to keep it from moving and then to attack it in whatever way. And in this case, the vehicle was shot at. So what happened was is this is a typical ambush. It's a very similar ambush tactic to what you'd see in a combat area. You had a bunch of people stop the vehicle, and then the gunner, the guy with the weapon, came out and shot at the vehicle. I told you this was going to go inland. It's not just going to happen in places like Seattle. Provo was a very conservative town, mostly Republicans, okay? Mostly Mormons. This is going to start happening everywhere. Now, the other thing is that as Nancy Morgan Hart reported today, there are now attacks on semi trucks. Remember, I said they'd go after the logistics supply lines. They're going to start shooting people on the highways, primarily truckers and police officers, but they'll go after others as well. This is escalating to a major civil war, and you hear none of the Republicans, and certainly not the president, talking about it in D.C. This is abominable. It's abominable. They're more worried about this COVID thing because that's their tool for suppression and oppression. And that's what it is. So they're keeping you tied up with this whole thing with COVID, right? With the Wuhan. Now, I got to say another thing which I neglected to say earlier today, and that is that I find these Republican governors who are going along with these things to be disgusting. And I'm going to name two of them here right now. And I'm talking about the Wuhan mask situation, the social distancing, the contact tracing, formal mandatory mask wearing, whatever they do. You have Greg Abbott in Texas. I don't know what he's done since they had the demonstrations down there on Sunday, but Greg Abbott fell for this. And another Republican that did it is Governor Herbert of Utah. These Republicans are disgusting, and it goes right along with what Mark Pantano says, that they just go along to get along. They don't stand up for principle, and they sure as hell don't stand up for you. Now, because they're pushing all this Wuhan stuff, they've got all these guys in masks running around, and now they're shooting people like this situation in Provo today. This is going to go nationwide, and the military is not going to be able to handle it, and the police aren't going to be able to handle it. It's up to you. It's up to you. This is really disgusting. Now remember, I told you that one of the things that they do is they would insist. Kissinger said it back many years ago. He said, we'll make it so bad that they'll beg for the military on the streets because that's what they want. They're putting us in a catch-22 so that we're required to follow through and beg them to provide us security. And as I put out earlier today, it was in response to a tweet. I forget who it was. I don't know if it was John Cardillo or somebody else that said that, you know, the leaders are not even talking about this civil war that's going on, that we're going to have to take care of ourselves. And I said, yeah, and you take care of yourself, and guess who the cops, the FBI, is going to come after? Those of us who try to defend ourselves in our neighborhoods, because we actually stand against their agenda. And I've been warning about this for how long, ladies and gentlemen? How long have I been warning about this? And I'm going to say it right up front here, and I don't give a damn how the law enforcement people take this. If they have an offense to this, they're cowards and they're pricks and they're communists themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, you better get guns and you better protect yourselves because nobody else is going to do it. Not even the police departments that are out there right now can protect you. There were probably not the Provo Police Department was probably nowhere around when this situation happened in the shooting. And that's how it's going to be because they're told to stand away. You're responsible for your own safety and security. Nobody else is going to do it. So it's escalating. You understand? The communist, Marxist insurrection is escalating. Unfortunately, You defend yourself, like the lady that tried to get away when they surrounded her car and they pulled a gun on her. I forget where it was. It was about a week ago or so. And she ended up driving through and hit a couple of them. And of course, they say that, she was attacking the protesters. The MSM and even the government doesn't come out and say, no, they surrounded the car, typical ambush tactic, a military ambush tactic. And then the guy with the weapon or the guys with the weapons come out and they do their dirty work. She should have run every one of those goddamn sons of bitches over. Okay. I'm telling you, we're right there. We're right on it. And Trump is doing nothing. Barr is doing nothing. Oh, they're looking into it. They've got 500 people they're going to indict, or they are working on indicting. Right. I'm so impressed. The war is here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not coming. It's here. Prep, pray, stay out of the way as best you can. Arm yourself if you can. Get your neighborhood defense people together, because it's coming to that, and we're not far away. I told you, we're not far away. Okay, take care, everybody.